Welcome to Cavaletto Studios. I'm Chris. Yoga Flow for fun will leave you energized and feeling great. Take this time for your personal wellness and well-being. And remember, movement is medicine for the body. So grab your mat and let's have fun. All right, we're going to begin an easy seat Sukhasana. You're welcome to sit on a block or a blanket. Let the palms come down to the thighs. Turn the palms upward and pull the elbows towards the rib cage. Draw your chin in, ears over shoulders, shoulders over hips. And if you are comfortable, let's just close our eyes and start to breathe. Just check in with the body. How are you feeling today? What do you have going on physically, mentally? Today in our practice, we're just going to move and flow and hopefully have some fun while we're doing it. That is the goal. Check in with the mind chatter. I want you to just start out by thinking of something that is fun, that you enjoy, and just focus on that. A fun activity, maybe it's a hobby, maybe it's memories of a trip you went on. It just makes you feel good, mentally, physically, emotionally. One more breath. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. And then we'll bring the palms to heart space. Draw the chin to the chest. Being excited about our practice today and all the fun postures we will dive into. Let's press the palms together. Open up the fingers. Inhale, press the fingertips up to the sky. And then all the way back down. And then rotate those fingers towards the earth. And then back up. And a couple more times, stretching out through the wrists. One more. And then you're going to bring the hands out and you're going to make a small rotation, externally rotating, like you're scooping up. And you're going to reach all the way up to the sky, and then change direction of your rotation of your wrist and rotate back down. So we're warming up through the wrist joints, and then scoop the other way. Sweep the arms up, the wrists as you extend, lifting, and then rotate the opposite way, all the way down. And then bring the palms together, press them in, rotate the fingers down and up. Might notice a difference again. Now it's maybe a little easier getting that movement. We're going to press the arms away, out to the sides, turn your palms up, relax the shoulders, and just notice again, feel the length of your spine. Now we're going to bring the right hand to the floor, left arm over. Just a nice gentle stretch. Relax your right shoulder, take a nice deep breath in through the nose. And then out through the mouth. And then windmill the arms to the left. Left fingers on the floor, elbow bent, shoulder relaxed, reaching that right arm overhead. And again, just feeling that nice stretch, opening up the right side of the body. Take another deep breath in through the nose. Out through the mouth. And let's windmill back to the right side. Maybe you can go a little lower. Maybe the elbow goes to the floor as long as that knee stays down and those sits bones. Never forcing it. Maybe you use a block. Take another deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth, and then transition to the left. Again, letting the elbow melt. Reach that right arm over. Sits bones stay down on that right side. Take another breath in. Exhale through the mouth. Slowly come up. This time you're going to take your right hand behind you And you're going to do a little twist, but you're reaching your left arm up. You twist to the right. Take a breath in through the nose, out through the mouth, and transition to the other side. Reach your arm out behind you on the floor, right arm up as you twist and lengthen. Breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. And then slowly twist again to the right. This time the left hand goes to the thigh for assistance, right hand behind you. Lengthen through the spine first and then look over your right shoulder. Take a deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. And let's pivot to the other side. Holding on to the thigh, arm behind you, lengthening. Take a breath in through the nose, out through the mouth, and then coming back to center. Let's try one more time, reaching to the right, see where that arm goes. It might feel a little easier to melt into the elbow, never force it. Breathing in and exhale. Let's go all the way to the left, reaching it over. Take a breath in and out, and come back up to center. We're going to bring the hands in front. We're going to switch to tabletop onto our hands and knees. So spread out those fingers, knees under the hips directly, and you're going to press into the fingertips and the palms. Press the tops of your feet into the mat and then round through the back. Cat stretch. Nice exhale. Inhale, lift the head and the tailbone, arching the back. Exhale, round. Inhale, lift and open. Exhale, round. Inhale, lift and open. And exhale, round. And then find your nice, tall, neutral spine. Pull the shoulders away from the ears. You're going to take your right toes and extend the leg. Press them into the back of your mat. And then you're going to lift the leg up. And see if you can get it a little bit higher. Keep the hips level, but lifting that right leg. Take a deep breath in. And then as you exhale, bring that knee to the floor. And then take your left toe back. Press it into the mat. Engaging the core, shoulders relaxed, lift your left leg up. It's extending straight out from your hip, maybe lifting higher. You might feel that left glute working. Keep breathing, and then bring the knee to the floor. You're going to extend that right leg straight back again, lift it a little higher. This time you're going to take that right knee, bring it towards your nose, around and hold. Another breath, 2 breaths here. And then extend it straight back. And then bring the knee to the floor. And let's take the left leg back, extend it, lift it a little higher. And then bring that knee to nose, round and hold, 2 breaths. Firing up the core. And extend that leg straight back. And then knee to the floor. Extend your right leg back again. This time add the left arm forward, so extended tabletop. Bring the knee and the elbow together underneath. Hold for 2 breaths. Extend it out, extended tabletop. And then hand and knee to the floor. Take your left leg, extend it straight back. Take your right arm forward. Bring your elbow and knee to meet underneath. Hold for 2 breaths. And then extending back out. Find your breath. And then slowly bring the hands and knees to the floor. Spread those fingers, tuck the toes. You're going to slide your hips slightly towards your heels and lift your knees off the floor. So you're hovering. Again, Finding that core strength, stretching out those ankles. Good, then you're going to lower your knees to the floor. And you're going to walk your arms forward so you can draw to your forearms for puppy pose. And then just shift your hips back. You can bring your forehead to the mat. Find your breath. Feel the stretch through the armpits. One more breath. And then you're going to slide your hips all the way back. Release, separate your knees. Find your child's pose. Melt a little deeper to the floor. Really stretching out that low back. Pressing those palms into the floor. Maybe lifting your elbows off the floor. Getting a warmth and a stretch to the arms. Slowly coming out of your child's pose, and we're going to transition to downward facing dog. So walk those fingertips forward, tuck your toes, take your time lifting yourself up to a downward facing dog, and then pedal out your feet, walk your dog. And just again, notice what you have going on in the body, and then we're going to melt into our downward dog, looking at the belly or the thighs, drawing those shoulders away from the ears. Focus on your breath, pushing into the fingers and the palms. And I want you to think about something again. Go back to the beginning when you were thinking about something fun, an activity, a hobby. Maybe it's yoga that makes you happy and you have fun doing yoga. Pull the shoulders down a little further from the neck. Try to relax your head. Maybe let it hang heavy, maybe move it side to side. Then we're going to draw that right leg up to three-legged dog. And then you're going to bend the knee. And let's pull the right leg over to the left. So you're stacking the hips but leveling out the shoulders. Just feel that nice stretch, opening things up. Sometimes when we get into these fun, wild postures, it's just like, wow, look what I can do. And then slowly bring that right foot to the floor. Extend your left leg up. You're going to bend the knee and slide that left leg over towards the right side. Again, trying to keep your left shoulder level with the right, keeping the shoulders pushing towards the thigh and the leg over, stacking those hips. And then slowly bring that leg to the floor. Take a nice deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. That right leg is coming up, three-legged dog. We're going to bend the knee, pull the knee towards the nose. Good. And then you're going to plant the foot on the floor. Use your hands if you need to. We're going to pivot onto the outside edge of the left foot so we can come up to warrior one, lengthening and lifting. And then just melting. Think about your hips, both hips pushing towards the front of your mat. Arms up. You can have your arms apart or together, whatever feels good to you. We're doing 3 breaths here. Now we're going to rotate to warrior two. So we're going to open it up. Check, make sure you can see your big toe on that right foot, arm, foot, leg. Reach the arms out, looking over your right fingertips, finding your breath. 3 breaths here. Now we're going to pivot to warrior two to the back of our mat. So you're going to straighten both legs, both arms, pivot your right foot to the side, left foot to the back, send yourself into warrior two to the back of your mat. Looking over those left fingers, make sure you can see your left toe. And then we're going to bring that left arm to the thigh, and we're going to extend to a side angle. And just find your breath. 3 breaths here. Shoulders relaxed. One more breath. Now, when we come up, we're going to windmill the arms, pivot the feet back to warrior two as you slowly transition through warrior two to the front of your mat to side angle. So we just switch sides. and find your breath. Now on your next inhale, you're going to windmill to reverse warrior. So your left hand goes to the back thigh, right hand to the sky, still bending into that front right knee. And you can look forward or you can look up. Now you're going to windmill both hands all the way to the floor and step back to plank. Find that nice, tall, strong spine. And we're going to rock into the toes and then chaturanga, slowly lowering all the way to the floor, belly to the floor, and then slowly lift up, little cobra, or you can do a full up dog. It's up to you. And then downward facing dog. Bend those knees slightly, look back at the knees or the thighs. 3 breaths here. Pressing into the fingers and the thigh muscles into the bone. After your 3rd breath, we're going to take the left leg up, 3-legged dog. And then you're going to pull that knee, left knee to the nose. And then the foot's coming between the hands, pivoting onto the right foot, coming up to warrior 1. And again, find your balance. When things start to get challenging, think about something fun that you enjoy and that you're moving through these postures so we can stay mobile, keep our mind sharp, and continue to enjoy and have fun in life. Now from here, you're going to pivot to warrior 2. Opening up the arms, reaching them front and back. Pull the shoulders down and back. Look over your left fingertips. Opening up that knee and make sure you can see your big toe on the left foot. 3 breaths here. Now you're going to pivot, straighten the arms, straighten the legs. Pivot your feet to warrior 2 to the back of the mat. So your left foot goes to the side, right foot to the back of the mat, and lengthen. Look over your right fingers, 3 breaths. Feel how tall your spine is. Put a smile on your face. You're going to take your right arm, forearm to the thigh, left arm overhead, side angle. 3 breaths again. Notice if you can go to your ujjayi breathing, contracting your throat as you exhale through the nose, hearing that ocean sound. Now we're going to windmill, pivot it all the way back to the front, to that side angle to the front of your mat. So you go kind of sweep through our warrior 2 to your side angle. And breathe, just like we did on the other side. Relax the shoulders. See if you can melt a little deeper into it. Good. After your 3rd breath, we're going to windmill the arms back to reverse warrior. Keeping that front knee bent, left knee bent. Reach the right hand to the thigh, left arm up. Continuing to breathe. Now you're going to windmill your hands all the way to the floor and stepping back to your plank, nice and strong. And then we're going to chaturanga, slowly lowering towards the floor, belly to the floor. You can do cobra or you can do an up dog. And you can be on your thighs or you can be off of your knees and floating on your feet. And then downward facing dog. And feel free at any time if you need a child's pose, if you want to walk your dog, pedal out your feet, make those adjustments, and then melt into your down dog. 3 breaths here. After your 3rd breath, we're going to take the right leg up, 3-legged dog. You're going to bend the knee, bring the foot between the hands. So you're going to stay on the back ball of your left foot. You're going to find your crescent lunge. So we're going to come up nice and tall. Finding our balance. Arms are open, thumbs towards the back. Maybe get a little arch going, maybe feel a little stretch in that left hip flexor. Now from here, we're going to pivot and open to the left to star. Nice and tall. Spread out those fingers, you're a star. And then you're gonna bend the knees and we're gonna find our goddess. And open it up, knees open, elbows open. Make sure the knees are not collapsing in, push into the outside edges of your feet. Now you're going to pivot towards the back of your mat to warrior two. So you're facing the back of your mat. Level out your arms. You're going to bring both hands behind your back and you're going to interlace your fingers and open up that chest. I'm going to move back because I have a wall there. Now you're going to rotate your chest forward, finding your humble warrior. Drawing your belly to the thighs, option to bring the arms up. Then from here, you're going to release your fingertips to the floor, pivot off your back heel, and you're going to kick your back leg up to a single leg. So you're standing on one leg, and then you have the option of lifting the arms to reach back towards your foot for airplane, or you can even reach them forward to warrior three. Think about leveling out your hips. This is your balance challenge. Think about fun. Yes, we can have fun while we're balancing. We're going to bring the hands to heart. You're going to take your right foot, push it back onto the mat where it was, so you're coming all the way back up. Find your crescent lunge to the back of the mat here. And then open to star. Again, to the same side. And breathe. Find your goddess. Bend your elbows, open things up. Find your star. Good. And then you're going to windmill both hands back to the front of your mat and step back to plank. Nice and tall, pull the shoulders away from the ears. And let's find our chaturanga. Lowering down. Inhale, up dog or cobra. And then exhale, downward facing dog. And just breathe here, 3 breaths. Just notice, how did you do on that first side? Was your balance a little wobbly? We're not beating ourselves up or judging ourselves. We're just thinking we're gonna have some fun. We're gonna laugh when we're wobbling. That's okay. Use a wall if needed. Now you're gonna take that left leg up, 3-legged dog. You're going to bend the knee, bring the foot between the hands, find your crescent lunge, lifting it up, and breathe. Inhale and exhale. 3 breaths here. Notice the difference on this side, shoulders relaxed, no straining. Open up to the right, first to star. We will work our way to the back of our mat. And then you're going to bend the elbows and find your goddess. Open it up. Find your star. Now you're going to pivot your right foot to the back of the mat, bend into the knee, find your warrior two to the back of your mat. Looking over your right fingers. And then you're going to bring your hands behind your back, interlace the fingers, open up that chest. Never yank or pull. You're going to find your humble warrior, rotating your chest towards the thighs, nose towards the knee, arm up. Just find your breath, notice where you can go. And then we're going to bring both hands down to the floor. Pivot off your back heel so you can kick that leg straight up. And maybe you keep your hands on the floor, and that's plenty. Maybe you have a chair or a wall, and you're going to lift that leg. I'm wobbly on this side today. You can go to airplane or warrior 3. And just find your breath. Embrace the shakiness. My legs are wobbling today. How about yours? Tune into your breath. Push into the ball of your foot. Try not to grip your toes. And then that back left leg is going all the way back to the floor. Heel off. Woo. Find your crescent lunge. Anybody have one side way wobblier than the other? And let's open it up back to the far side of your mat to star. And then bend the elbows, find your goddess. Pushing those knees open, feel your strength. We're having fun. Let's become a star again. And then we pivot and windmill all the way back to the floor, to the front of your mat. Step back to plank. You're going to rock forward and you're going to slowly lower chaturanga. This time we're going to take the belly to the thigh, untuck the toes, walk the elbows forward so we can go onto the forearms and find our sphinx. Just notice the belly stretching. Have your feet and your thighs pretty close together but not quite touching. And then just lengthen and lift. You never want to feel pinching in that low back. Maybe you can go a little higher with the arms, straightening them out, keeping the hips down, and then lowering your elbows back to the floor. Now you're going to take your feet a little bit wider and your thighs, maybe rock the hips side to side to move your legs apart. So they're a little bit wider than the hips. And then we're going to extend and lift again. It makes it a little easier. And then slowly lower. And then one more time, rock the hips, legs a little bit wider. And some of you might be able to walk your hands in even closer and lift up higher. Or just keep them out front. Lengthening and lifting, keeping the shoulders away from the ears. And then slowly lower the belly all the way to the floor. Stack your hands, chin on your hands. And then just rock your legs as you rock your hips as you bring your legs closer together. Just breathe here. One more breath. Now you're going to take your hands next to your rib cage, palms down. Take a deep breath in, tuck your chin, and then as you exhale, push back, find your child's pose. Melting your hips back towards your heels. Just breathe, stretching out through the back. Maybe the armpits and shoulders. Maybe you can bring your thumbs closer together or your forearms to the floor. If you need to rotate your wrists a little, either both directions. And then we're going to lift the head and we're going to reach those arms forward, coming up out of our child's pose, coming to tabletop, tuck the toes. Good. I want you to send your hips towards your heels and lift your knees off the floor. Again, finding the core, sending your hips up to downward facing dog. And then we're going to lift the right leg is coming up, three-legged dog. And then we're going to bend the knee. We're going to stack the hips, pull that right knee to the left side of the body, opening up the right side of the body, and then bring that knee to the right wrist, finding your pigeon, and then the right ankle towards your left wrist, and then slide your left leg back, and maybe move those hips side to side, finding what feels good to you. Feel free to put a block under that hip, especially if you're really high from the floor. When you're ready, you can melt down all the way forehead on the mat. You are welcome to do a reclining pigeon, laying on your back with a figure 4 legs. Find your breath. Inhale and exhale. Maybe pushing into the top of your left foot, and the knee comes off the floor slightly. And then let it rest back on the floor. And just notice where that left leg is. Hopefully it's not out to the left side. It's directly behind you. If you're not sure, you can look back. You can push the foot into the floor, move the knee in closer towards the center, midline of the body. And then let it rest back down. That'll get you deeper into that stretch. One more breath. And then we're going to slowly work our hands towards the shin and just lengthen. Lengthen through the body. Gently transitioning out of your pigeon. Bring the knees to tabletop. Tuck the toes. Shift the hips back, hovering over the knees. Knees over floor, and then extend up. And then this time pedal your feet, walk your dog. Maybe you want to lift the right knee, the leg up and circle it around either direction. Maybe you extend it up to a three-legged dog. And then bring it back to the floor. And now we're going to take the left leg up, bend the knee, stack the hips, keep the shoulders level. Pushing your right heel towards the floor, and then bring your left knee to the left wrist. Finding your pigeon on the other side, melt your right leg back, maybe look back at it. And again, moving your hips side to side, just gently getting comfortable. If your hip is way high off the floor, like if you're up here, then maybe put a block under there or a pillow, or even a blanket. And then once you are there, you're going to start to walk your arms forward, and you can melt your forehead to your hands or to the floor. And just, again, tune into that breath. Notice what's going on in the hip, the glute, the hamstring. Your shoulders are relaxed. Maybe pushing into the top of the right foot, lifting that right knee up. And then letting it melt back to the floor or towards the midline of the body. Now we were talking about fun, yoga for fun, and sometimes when we get into these challenging postures, if you're really tight in the hips or you have an old injury or knee stuff going on, it doesn't feel so fun. So I want you to adjust your posture so you feel comfortable. And sometimes challenging our body can be fun. I know it doesn't feel like it at the time, but boy, afterwards you can go have more fun because you feel so good. So just trying to find the positive. We need more of it in our lives. Let's do one more full breath in through the nose. This time out through the mouth. And then gently start to work your way up. Tuck your back toe, slide into your tabletop. And gently let your hips drop side to side. And then you can tuck your toes, slide your knees just barely off the floor. Lifting to that downward facing dog, and lift that left leg, bend the knee, circle out the hip, both directions. Extend it up, three-legged dog, and then bring the foot back to the floor, melting your belly towards your thighs. Good. And then from here, we're going to lower to a plank, nice and strong. And then you're going to place your right arm parallel with the front of the mat and the left arm underneath it. So your arms are crisscrossed. You are welcome to be on your knees. We're going to pivot onto the right outside edge of our heel. Lift the left arm up. You can have the feet stacked or staggered, or the knee. You can always have your right knee on the floor. And then when we come down, you're going to take your left arm, you're going to place it on top or above your right and pivot onto the left side. And again, on your knees if you feel the need. Then you're going to take your right arm. This time bring the right arm under the left. Come back to a plank. Rock forward and back on those toes. Remember we talked about challenge, getting that core strong. And then take your right arm, walk it behind your left, rock it forward and back. And then hold, and then lower your knees to the floor. Keep the knees close, walk your hands backwards, untuck your toes, melt your belly to the thighs, reach your head towards the floor. And just take a breath, breathe. Take both hands behind the back. Palms up on the back of the hands on the floor. Just feel that nice stretch through the shoulders. Slowly sweeping the arms forward and up. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, palms to heart space. Now just go ahead and rock onto either hip and bring those feet in front. Sitting up nice and tall. Solid ground. And just walk those hips side to side. Maybe place the palms on the floor so you can straighten out that body. Flex the feet, pull the heels up. Feel the quad muscles pulling into the bones. Nice and strong legs. And then give them a shake. Alrighty, so we're going to keep that right leg straight and we're going to pull the left knee, give it a tuck into the chest, pull it in, and then go ahead and let that left knee fall open to the side. So let's do a little fun flow here. We're going to inhale the arms up, try to stay tall through the body as you exhale, belly to thigh, reach for the toes, and then we're going to inhale back up to the sky and exhale back towards the leg. We got 2 more of those. We're going to inhale, lift, and exhale down, keeping a nice tall spine. And last one, inhale, lift, and then we're going to exhale back down, and you can wrap the hands wherever you want. If they don't reach the feet, let them rest on the floor. And just relax here. You can have your chin tucked, or you can have the crown of your head pressing towards diagonally up front, so your spine, everything stays elongated. Feel the breath coming in through the nose, filling up through the belly, expanding it. Exhale through the mouth. Let's do 1 more of those breaths. Inhale. And on your exhale through the mouth, see if you can melt a little deeper. And your regular breathing now. And just notice where you can reach with this leg, how it feels. If you're holding the foot, we're going to relax the hands onto the floor. Hands on the floor, turn the palms down. Use your hands onto the floor with the pressure to push yourself up to a nice tall seated position. Pull that left knee in and up, and then cross it over your right thigh. You're going to hug that left knee into the chest with the right arm, left arm behind you, lengthen and twist. Flex your right foot and breathe. Look over your back shoulder. Take another breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. Slowly release. Let that leg go. Let it go all the way to the front, and just shake out those legs. And then we're going to take the right knee and we're going to give it a squeeze into the chest and then let it fall open. Sitting nice and tall. And even sometimes when we're doing all this physical work, we feel like, I don't know how much fun it is, but your body, the cells they're happy. They're having fun because they like this. It's good for you. We're going to inhale the arms up. And then we're going to exhale, fold towards that leg, reach as far as you comfortably can. And then we're going to inhale, come back up. And exhale, reaching forward. Inhale, come up. Exhale, forward. You have one more to go. Inhale, lift. Exhale, flat back, reaching for that foot. And again, don't worry if you can't reach it. You can always use a strap. So we're resting here, pulling the shoulders away from the ears, finding your breath. Let your body have time to adapt and adjust. We don't want to force the stretch. This is my side that's been affected from my disc issue in my back. So it's not quite as bendy as the other side. And that's okay. I do what I can, just like you do what you can. We need to give ourselves permission to just breathe and appreciate our bodies and have fun with what we can do. Let's take a breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. Feel the shoulders relax. Another breath in. As you exhale this one, see if you can go a little deeper. Again, not dropping the chin too far, but feeling the crown of the head pressing diagonally in front of you. So just think of your neck and your spine nice and long, not rounding or collapsing. And then bring the hands to the floor. Use the hands to come all the way up, sitting up nice and tall. And then we're going to bring that right knee back up into the chest, and we're going to cross it over the thigh. You're going to take your left hand, you're going to wrap it around that right knee, lengthen and twist. Flex your left foot. Find your breath. Feel that wonderful twist. One more breath in and out. And then go ahead and release both legs towards the front of your mat. Give them a shake. Good. Take them a little bit wider so they're going to the far edges of your mat. Hands behind the back just to give yourself a little lift. Staying tall through the spine, we'll bring our hands in front between the legs and then start to walk them forward. And we're not collapsing here. We want to stay tall, feet are flexed. Maybe you use a block, maybe you don't go as far, that's okay. Some of you might want to hold on to your big toes, pushing your elbows towards your thighs. You can always use a strap as well. Lots of options. Remember, yoga is called yoga practice, and there's so many options. If you feel like you're judging or being critical, let it go. Have fun. Just enjoy. If there's a variation you want, maybe you can put your nose to the floor. Go for it. Absolutely. Maybe you can put the tops of your wrist over your feet and hold on to them. Still lengthening through that spine. We're just protecting the back. One more breath. And then we're going to inhale those arms all the way up. Sit up nice and tall. And then exhale the arms out to the side, pressing them away. And then crisscross your arms so the right arm is underneath, and place your palms on top of your shoulders, and then just gently pull your elbows down. And then take a breath in, lift the elbows to shoulder level, release the arms out to the side, and then when you come back, you're going to go the opposite. Right arm over the left, place the fingers on the shoulders, gently pull down with the elbows, stretching through the shoulders. And then release, extend the arms out to the side. Good, hands on the floor, bend the knees, bring the feet closer together as you scoot your hips towards your heels. We're going to find our boat pose, holding on to the back of the thighs. You are welcome to stay here as long as you lengthen. Feel that core working. Option to let go. Option to extend the legs or let go. Shoulders back and down. Option to extend the legs all the way. You can maybe even open up the arms. Maybe press the palms together. Again, options. How about maybe adding a twist, pushing the elbow to the floor? Maybe you're still holding on to the thighs and maybe they're bent and you're just doing one arm. Again, options. Try the other side. You're breathing. Come back to center. Pull the knees in towards the chest. And then let's wrap the arms as tight as we can. Give them a squeeze. Maybe float the feet above the floor. Shoulders down, lengthening through the spine. Take a deep breath in. And then exhale slowly. Lower yourself all the way down onto your mat. Make adjustments. You can slide your legs straight out and then reach the arms overhead. Full body stretch. And then after that, exhale. Bring the knees in. Feet walk flat on the mat. Walk the feet towards your hips. Reach your hands towards your heels. I want you to bring your feet, maybe like touch them all the way together in the knees, and then heel toe about 2 inches apart. So you're nice and narrow. So this way you've got a little bit of space between the feet and the knees, and gently press up to a bridge, opening up that chest, lengthening through the thighs, pressing into the palms of the hands and into the feet. Toes are not gripping. Make sure the knees are not falling open. And then slowly lower your hips all the way back down. And then let's take the right ankle over the left thigh, open up that right knee. Let's take the arms to cactus arms. And just feel how wonderful it feels just to open up the chest, open up the hip. Shall we try a single leg bridge, pressing and lifting the hips off the floor, pressing through the left foot. Right foot is flexed, and then slowly lowering the hips back down. Let's extend the right leg all the way up to the sky. Feel free to hold on to the back of the thigh, and then straighten out the left leg. Maybe rotate that right ankle, and rotate it left, or to the left, right and left, circle different directions. Point and flex. Option to walk your hands higher up the thigh, or you can even hold on to your big toe, or use a strap if that's in your practice. And then we're going to bend the knee, hug the knee into the chest. Let's bring the left leg in to join. Press the knees together. And then place both feet back on the floor. Realign again. So check in with the toes, the knees. They're not too far apart, only an inch or two. And then you're going to take your left ankle, cross it over your right thigh. Push that left knee open. Bring your arms to cactus arms. And then gently press through your right foot. Opening up that hip again, opening up the heart. And then slowly lowering that hip all the way back down. Extend your left leg to the sky. Go ahead and hold on behind the thigh. And then extend that right leg straight out. Rotate your left ankle. Flex your right. Change direction. Option to go higher up on that thigh. Shoulders are relaxed, never forcing anything. And then let's hug the knee into the chest. And then the right will come and join. Bring your arms to cactus arms. Feet and knees together. Let's bring them about 90 degrees from the hip and the knee. Look to your left and then draw both knees to your right. And your feet can go to the floor. Your shoulders stay on the floor as well. So make adjustments. Your knees are stacked. If you would prefer them staggered, that's fine. Just enjoy that nice twist. So as we flowed for fun today, just went through a different gentle, kind of holding some of the postures. We held everything for about 3 breaths. We flowed to other movements. slowly bring your head back to neutral. Let both knees come up. Turn your head to the right as you drop your knees to the left. Both shoulders stay on the floor. And find your breath. You want to enjoy the twist. One more breath. And then you'll bring your head to neutral. Bring both knees back to center. Give them a squeeze. Maybe a rock side to side. Massaging that back. Separate your knees. Maybe find your happy baby. You can hold on to the toes. A little rock. Side to side. If it's hard to hold your toes, you can always hold on to the back of the thighs, just pressing those heels up. See, we end with happy baby for fun. Think about babies. Remember, they can suck on their toes and they have a good old time. And that's what we're doing. We're having some fun. Go ahead and release the toes or the thighs, wherever you're holding. Give it a squeeze, the knees into the chest. And then go ahead and release the feet to the floor. Let's find our Shavasana. Sending the legs out, letting them fall open. Walk the shoulders away from the ears. Closing your eyes if you're comfortable. Palms are turned up. Take a nice deep breath in through the nose. Let it out through the mouth. Feel the energy running through your body. Think of it as fun. Your energy is having fun. Hydrating all the cells of the body. Scientifically, if you think about it, the body's having fun. It's re-energized. It's passing on nutrients and what you need, vitality for the different cells. So a little yoga flow for fun. Why not? Got in some balance, a little bit of strength. So this will equip you for enjoying and the rest of your day and having some fun, depending on what time of day it is. Just enjoy. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale through the mouth. And then you can turn to either side. Give your knees a squeeze. You can lay on a side, your arm as a pillow. And then working your way up to a seated posture. Sitting up nice and tall. Hopefully you're invigorated. You feel like you've had some fun today. Align the chin parallel with the earth. Hands on the thighs. Elbows by the rib cage. Think how tall your spine is. It's lengthened. It's strong. Feel your breath come in and expand through the belly. And exhale. Feel the belly pulling up and under that rib cage. Take a deep breath in. Reach those arms overhead. Exhale, palms to heart space. Thank you so much for joining me today. Namaste.